I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're delighted to welcome back a favorite guest. Her name is Sinko. She is a master weaver of whimsical narratives whose books Blossom and the Dragon and Blossom and Their Friends, as well as the soon-to-be-released Blossom and the Lair. They transport readers to the village of Tigra, where the allure of the unknown forest and elusive dragon within it set the stage for tales of bravery and companionship. As you delve into her enchanting stories, be prepared to venture into unexplored realms and discover the magic that blossoms in unexpected friendships. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Sweet Spire Literature Management for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel. AG, welcome back to our show. So good to see you today.
Excellent to see you too, Logan. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. As I was writing this lead in to you, talking about your books, I wrote about friendships blossoming. And I was wondering, is that why you named the character Blossom? Because she actually blossoms during the course of her adventures?
I'd like to say it was a conscious thought, but it was not. But it worked, you know.
Yep.
It felt good even after I wrote the book. So
Maybe your mind was working on a subconscious level or something you weren't
exactly.
even aware of. Yeah. That's how it is when you're a writer. The words just pour out sometimes, and you don't know where they come from. You don't know where the story comes from, but that's what inspiration is all about. We've talked before about Blossom and the Dragon and Blossom and her friends, and you've got a new book coming out, Blossom and the Lair. But let's set the stage for the folks at home who might not have seen our earlier interview. What is the Blossom series all about?
It is about friendship. It is about understanding somebody who's a little different than you, and adventure. Let's go out to meet new friends. Let's go out to kind of set the record straight as opposed to believing hearsay. It's, you know, let's talk to the dragon. Maybe he's not so mean after all, you know, and so forth. And maybe he's not the only dragon left. Maybe there are other dragons that are hiding from people because people were so mean or perceived to be so mean, but then they, you know, maybe we could get together again and kind of put all that aside and start over.
Exactly. It's a great exploration for children of the other. You know, we're afraid of the other, we're afraid of the different, we're afraid of the unknown. So it could be a dragon that is just misunderstood. And I think that's the beauty of your books, that's for sure. Tell us a little bit about your new book, Blossom and the Lair.
So in Blossom and her friends, Christopher bonds with a blue dragon called Little Blue. And so Little Blue and Christopher come back to Tigra with Dragon and Blossom. And Little Blue has never had her own space. She's always had to share with the younger dragons. So Dragon decides on Little Blue's birthday that she should have her own space. Dragon can't do everything by himself, so he you know, engages the help of Blossom and her friends and her relatives to make this lair a perfect one for Little Blue.
Nice. That's a very sweet story indeed. Now, as I recall, you work with children, correct? In like a pre-K setting or something?
I actually work for college students who have certain disabilities, certain disadvantages. And I make sure that they can get through college in a less stressful, less difficult path.
Absolutely. Well, that's great work, very noble work. Have you been able to read the Blossom series to children?
I have, and they're just amazed. You know, they're so glad to hear there are more Blossom books and more coming. So they're excited. They're very excited.
So Blossom in the Lair does not end the series. There's going to be more books coming afterwards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Have you started writing those yet, or they're still kind of formulating up here?
They're kind of formulating. I have a an idea for the fourth book, but I'm gonna let that be a surprise for next year.
Wonderful. And have you envisioned these perhaps as a video series for kids or a TV series? Because I think with great animation and great characters and your terrific story, I think it would be a wonderful combination.
I thought funny you say that because Sweet Spire is actually working with me on making a cartoon animation for both Blossom and the Dragon and Blossom and her friends. So they're
Wonderful.
putting both books into one screen, one cart, animation.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. So producers and so forth will get an idea of how this story could be turned
Mhm.
into a cinematic event. And
Mhm.
I think that'd be great. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's your favorite part about writing these books?
Reading them to an audience.
Yeah.
I like to see the ahas, even with the older readers and the young readers alike. They're saying, "Oh, I can get something out of this," or this is cool. Didn't think of it like that. Kind of expression. Um, as far as the specific act of writing, they come so easily. You know, the I enjoy Blossom so much. I enjoy Dragon. I love the characters so much that they kind of form their own stories, and
Mm,
I'm here to write it. And they're like, hey, how about this? And so we just write it out. And the next one comes.
absolutely. Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about the illustrations in the book. They're quite wonderful as well.
Oh, my cousin from Hungary. Her name is Fatima Ilish, and she trained in art school, but she lives in Hungary. She lives in Budapest, just outside Budapest,
Mhm.
and it's very hard right now for artists and civil servants. And so she did not have a lot of work before. And so I saw in her portfolio that she could draw fairies and dragons and things. And she didn't think they were very good, but I said, no, no, we have to have this. And so now we are in a great partnership. I feel we're in a great partnership where she can just read the text and draw the pictures spot on, and even better than I had ever imagined. So I just let her run, you know.
That's wonderful. I love the fact that there's a family connection, an international connection, and it sounds like a really fun collaboration that you get to share your text
Yeah,
with her. She gets to share her pictures with you, and then they all come to life in your books. And that's got to be a great feeling.
it's awesome. It's really
Yeah,
awesome. Couldn't ask for anybody better.
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I remember talking to you last time about the element of dragons, that kids just love dragons. They love dinosaurs, but they love dragons even more because dinosaurs have some limitations, and dinosaurs, after all, are extinct. But dragons
Mhm.
are limitless and perhaps still around today. So I really think it sparks the imagination in a child, don't you?
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I like that. Sometimes the kids were scared because it was dragons they felt were too uh forceful and maybe not always good dragons. And so to be able to have a series of books of good dragons, is important for my way of looking at things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell us about buzzleberries. What are they?
Oh, buzzleberries. So they're crossed between blackberries and raspberries,
Mhm.
and they grow to probably a little bit bigger than blackberries,
Mhm.
and they had to be doing something. To get into the woods, there had to be a convention that moves them into the woods and near closer to the forest at the dragon. Um, they are local only to the valley where Tigra is, and the other villages are, I'm afraid. So no buzzleberries in the works here on Earth, but but at least on this Earth anyway, if you believe in Middle Earth and things like that. But
Exactly.
even the kids love to say it, so that just had to be continued throughout the series.
Exactly. That's what it's saying. A word like that, kids just love saying it. Again, you've tapped into their imagination. They're picturing buzzleberry peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
They love saying
Mm-hmm.
it. It's wonderful. All of your work is extremely creative, geared for children in the most perfect way. The name of the books that are in publication right now are Blossom and the Dragon and Blossom and Her Friends. Soon to come out is Blossom and the Lair. And then the series is taking on a life of its own and will continue to grow thanks to the creative talents of A.G. Sinko. A.G., thanks so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
My pleasure. Fun talk. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time. This time until next time on Spotlight.